Hey y'all, to me the fun part of fishing is trying to find a different bait or different lure that works better than the others. I'm always trying to outsmart those fish, and sometimes in the beginning of the post spawn, those fish can be kind of finicky, especially crappie. It seems to me like right at the beginning of the post spawn, and maybe even throughout the summer, sometimes the black crappie especially, they'll just come up and nip at your bait, and you may hang them for a second and they come off. If you set the hook too hard, you end up pulling it away from them. It's just like they're just not committed to it. They'll just run up there and get it and then barely nip at it and then get rid of it. So I'm always looking for something a little better that I feel like can catch them a little better, especially as a fishing guide. I'm always trying to find baits that my customers can catch them on a whole lot easier. So I've come across something that I'm going to try today, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and so you'll be able to see whether it works well or not with me. So this will be the first time I'm using it, and it's called a steel shad. Let's see if you can see it right there. Well, it's not very big. It's only a 1/4 ounce, and it looks like a minnow, or a shad. It's got them little bitty tiny sharp treble hooks on it right there, VMC treble hooks. And I believe that those black crappie that come up there and nip it, I believe this is going to snag them in the lips. And it's got to work, because if you look right here, it says fish bite it. See right there? Fish bite it. You can't go wrong with buying a bait that says fish bite it, right? So anyway, and also down here at the bottom it says makes every angler a pro. Man, you got to try something like that, don't you? So I'm going to get out there and try to catch some, and if I do catch some, I'll put a link down in the description so you can find them pretty easy. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, so what I'm looking for is I'm on these points out here, and I'm looking for any kind of cover or schools of crappie, and right here is a good school of crappie right here. I'm going to zoom in real quick on that. There's another one right there up on this point right here. You can see this bottom is really bright right here compared to this. It's real hard. There's some cover all in here, and these fish are looks like they're stacked up over the top of it. Let me give you a better look here. Right here, can you zoom in real quick? Yeah, see, you can see this cover down here, and look, these spots all in this. There's crappie all in that right there. Looks like there might be a bass or something right there too. But you can scan over this, and man, goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of them in there. Look at that. This is going to be a good spot. What I'm going to do now, since I've located those fish down there, is I'm going to put a GPS point on my graph here, and then I'm going to mark that brush pile, or mark those fish with this buoy right here. If you don't have a GPS in the front of your boat, use a brush. There's the brush right there. So use a buoy. Let's let it fall down through there. Use a buoy and mark your brush or mark your fish so that you can make accurate cast at them. Go up here and put a mark right here on these fish right here. Okay, and now I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go back on the downwind side, and then I'm going to come back up, because I want to drop this buoy on the upwind side of those fish and that brush pile. You don't want to drop it in the brush pile, because you'll scare all your fish out of there, and you take a chance of getting hung up with your bait that you're chunking out there. So I'm going to make a loop. Let's see right here. There's the GPS mark that I put on there right there. I hope you can see that little small mark right there. I'm going to go over that, but I'm going to go around this backside. The wind's coming from this direction. I'm going to go around this backside, and I'm going to come up. And as soon as I cross over it, I'm going to get past it just a little ways, and I'm going to drop the buoy so that I can make accurate cast into there. Zooming in sometimes, that'll help too, because you can get off of it like I just did there. I didn't get on top of it good because I didn't have it zoomed in, and when I made my little turn, I was away from where I wanted to mark my fish. So, all right, you can see it coming up right here. Okay, There they are right there. Fish are in it right there. I'm getting past it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my buoy out. And I'm gonna turn around and I'm back up and start making some cast at it and see what we can catch. Let's see what the action of this thing looks like here. Oh wow. Man, that thing, I like the way that looks, man. That's gonna get them right there. That bait's gonna catch them for sure. You know, crappie sometimes will be set up on a certain spot within the brush pile. And if you don't make a cast right in that particular area, you may not get any bites. So every time you approach one, you want to kind of make multiple casts, and then once you get a bite, and oh, there was something. I got something here. Once you get a bite, you want to make sure you throw in that same vicinity. Oh, look at here. Look at here, this thing catches everything. Look at that. Got a bluegill on it. Well, we know it works for something, don't we? It says it fish bite. It didn't say what kind of fish, did it? Look at that little rascal. Boy, them are some good eating from what I hear. Pretty little fish, isn't it? Let's get him back in there. Well, if that little rascal can get it, I know a crappie can. Let's try this again here. What I was saying is when you fish a brush pile, you want to make sure that you kind of fish all of it, because there'll be one particular little spot that most of those crappie will kind of hang out in sometimes, and you know, they may not move but just a few feet, if any, to get a bite. You may have to get right in on top of them. You may not can get fish to kind of run out there and chase it, you know. Oh, there's another one. Another fish on the next cast. This feels like it's a crappie right here. Yeah, looks like it is too. Look at that. Them old pesky black crappies we was talking about. Look at there. Yep, and see how that little treble hook got him. You know, they'll come up there and nip that bait. And that little treble hook's the one that got him right there in the back. You know, had I been using a jig, I may not have caught that fish, because they just barely nip at it. It's not a bad crappie right there, buddy. Beautiful fish. We'll get him back so somebody else can catch him. 2 fish ain't too bad. They was right when they said fish bite it, I guess. Just kind of trying to keep it above that brush down there and just hopping it through there. There's another one. Very next cast. Very next cast, another one's got it. I think I may have found something for them finicky rascals. Look at here. And that one's got it all sideways in his face right there. Look at that. He's got the whole thing in there, look at there. Man, that's good stuff right there, buddy. Oh. I knew when I saw that thing it ought to be good for something. Nice fish, man. Let's get him back in the water. Get up here and grow up, buddy. 3 casts, 3 fish, that's not bad. I'd say it works from just that little bit of use. I'm not sure how much it's gonna hang up. You know, I've been fortunate. I've been keeping it right above that brush, so I'm not getting hung up, which is good. And that takes a little bit of practice to kind of feel your bait and know if it's in and around that brush, so that you can kind of keep it from getting hung in there. Boy, there's nothing else on the 4th cast. What is this? He's running. Uh-oh. Look at that. Another species. This here's a yellow bass. Hey, I don't know if you know it, but these things are good eating right here. Those are good eating fish, and they there's no quantity or size limit on them here in Texas. So you can keep all of them you want. If you're hungry, you shouldn't be going without any dinner, because boy, you can keep all of them you want. Look at that. Here. Uh-oh, you gotta open that up. Right out there. See, the way the wind's blowing, my buoy's right over here. Well, when I came up through here, the wind was blowing from this side over this way. And so when I dropped it, it's over there. So now I'm having to throw out this way. I've got my boat lined up where it's about at it. There's another one. There's another one. What's that? Oh my goodness, look at the size of this one here, guys. You talking about a golly whopper. Look at that. In relation to my hand. Look at that thing. You starting some bad habits out, Mr. Yellow Bass. That one right there would just be enough to stick on a tater chip, wouldn't it? Isn't he cute though? He's a good looking fish. I'll take him. I like to catch any of them. You want to make sure you keep your bait above that brush. Keep it above the fish in the brush at least. Them crappie feed up. They don't hardly go down after something. Uh-oh. Here's another one. That feels like another nice crappie right there. Look at that. We got a nice one right there. Another nice one. They're all keepers, it looks like. Them little hooks really get them good. They can't hardly resist that action of that bait, I guess. Oh, where are you trying to go? He's ready to get out of here. Let's get him in. He's in a hurry to get back. Well, it wouldn't take a guy very long to get a mess for supper with this thing. It matches the exact same size of all the shad and everything that I've been getting out of these fish when I clean them. It's exact, oh there. I mean, I just can't get it out there without catching one. Wow, this thing is working good. And it's catching everything. Crappies, bluegills, yellow bass. It's got, look at that crappie there. I mean, that's a size that sometimes you can't even get a jig hook in because he's so little, but it got him. He'll grow up to be a big one of these days, maybe. I'm gonna move somewhere else and see if I can find another spot. We know they're biting here. So what I've done now is I've changed locations, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up, there's some timber all on this point right here. I'm just gonna get up in that timber and I'm gonna jig that bait vertically in that timber and see if we can't catch any in this area, doing that, you know, doing a different technique. Alrighty. There's some standing timber on this point, and what I'm going to do is, I can't see it, but I know it's here because I found it on side imaging in the past. And I'm just going to get up here and just start jigging around. I'm going to hop that thing up and down. I don't want to cast, because if I cast, I know that little dude with all them little treble hooks is going to get hung. So I'm just going to fish straight up and down and just let it go to the bottom, and I'm going to raise it up a foot or two, and I'm just going to hop it around in these trees here and see if I can't catch some. See if I can't just let this thing down here and hop it up off the bottom there and see if we can't get a bite. Oh, look at there. God, are you kidding me? Just dropped it down there and pulled it up first. I didn't bump it twice and I got something. Oh, I got it in the back, look. Look at that, it's in the dorsal fin, look. It came up there and looked at that bait and I got it. It swiped at it. Isn't that something? Dang. some sticky little hooks on that thing, boy. Man, that's a good one too. What's the chances of that happening? I must have landed right on his back or something on the way down. That thing falls so fast. There's another one. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Oh, where's he going? Golly, what a strong fish that is. And it's hooked in the back too, look. Are you serious? What in the world? Look at that. They're coming up and just swiping at that thing and it's hanging them. Wow. Well, I didn't expect that at all. Gee whiz. Man, that's a good one too, man. Let's get it back in there. Man, I mean, golly. I didn't expect that. That's something. Crazy. Crazy. But I'm feeling them hit it, and then all of a sudden I've got them hung in the back. So it's like they're swiping at it. Oh, look at that. Are you serious? Now that one's got it in the mouth, fortunately. Look at that. But my gosh. I think I found me a new bait, buddy. Goodness. Man. Just pull up anywhere and catch them with this thing. Oh my, there's no way. No freaking way. As soon as you get it down there, I hadn't even had a chance to push the darn button on my camera yet. And he had it. And look, I want you to look at how slick the water is out here. This is great. I hate to even share this. I hate to even tell anybody. Oh, shoot. Man, golly. Well, y'all, as you can see, this bait is working fantastic. I mean, I normally don't get excited about baits, and I just kind of let them go by. You know, I've seen so many over the years being a full-time fishing guide, but this bait right here, I tell you what, I'm excited about this little bait right here. I kind of wish I hadn't caught so many, and wish I wasn't sharing it with everybody, because man, it's just awesome. I can't believe it. It's really going to help me catch a lot of fish. So, you know, if you're not able to find any, it's because I bought them all. But hey, you know, all I did was use, on the first spot, all I did was use side imaging to locate the brush. And if you want to see a video on how I do that in a little more detail, just click the link right here and it'll show you how to do it. But I'm going to go out and I think I'm going to go try to catch some bass. And if you'd like to see a video on that, man, just leave a comment below. But I'm fixing to go see if I can't try to catch some on it.